Hey folks! Ny'ardbert is back on an adventure once again. I want to get a little bit further with our boy, because tomorrow is the last day to get a sick Power Ranger costume for him. And so I figure we're pretty darn close. So might as well do a little bit more of the MSQ, maybe do some class quests, and continue on for a bit. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is likely that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. You sure friends is the right term? You really want to associate? Okay. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Ny'ardbert serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Alright, that seems straightforward enough. Have I been to Camp Drybone yet? I don't think I have. No, I have not. Have I been to this section of Thanalan at all? No, I have not. Alright, cool. How do I get here, then? Am I in Western Thanalan? Southern, Central, Northern, Eastern. Huh. You know what? I will step outside and see if that gives me any information. I know those check marks are probably going to bother some folks, but I'm saving those to turn in when I have a character that is of a low level, so it's not just like a drop in the bucket. So, Ny'ardbert is there. Which the hell are we in? Not that one. And southern. No. Have I just not explored at all? Can you take it back to Old Town? I might have only exited through the other exit. Also, I realized I'm recording this. I should not be skimping on Gil. Here comes the teleport then. Zwoom. Wow, that was instantaneous and definitely didn't involve me doing a tangent to go advance a side quest that doesn't need to be on screen. Anyway, where the fuck is the... There we are. Etherites. Alright, what is the other connection to this city? Because there's always at least two. So Western Thanalan was where we just were. Have I just not been to Central Thanalan at all? I guess not. Alright. We have not! Huh! Who'd have thunk it? The other thing that I really want to advance the plot for a little bit, in addition to just like the plot being awesome, is we're pretty close to getting a chocobo, and that will make travel so much faster. Ny'ardbert's a quick boy, but he's not chicken horse quick. Also, we can get our chocobo to fight alongside us and name it and have a friend, and that'll be great. This is where the early Ul'dah quests are. So if you were doing MSQ here, this is where you'd meet up with that guard. That's like, man, pretzels. Pretzels are great. Totally make you not want to kill yourself. Alright. Attune. Hello, Chocobo Keep. Here we go. That one's marked. Now. Hey, there's a plus quest there? I don't know what that is. We're gonna leave that alone for later. But we're headed to Eastern Fenland, which is over there. 14 spears. Is that where materia melting is? That is one of those things that is, like, really not necessary, except at, like, the bleeding edge of content. And we are, a ways away from that. I guess it's also relevant for if you're doing the relic weapons, which are, at this point, very, very old, but were once the most powerful weapons in the land. Did a stream a while back of this quest for Excalibur. I did eventually get there. I don't know what the warrior relic is. I don't really know if there are any, like, mythologically important axes. I'm sure there are, I just don't know them by name. I know this is riveting, but I try not to skip through, like, completely new areas. Success. Oh, dry bone. That's where we're headed. It's quiet. Oh, so you'll see up at the top of the screen here-ish, there's that meal benefit that basically just gives you an extra 3% of experience all the time. I decided that I wanted to have that up all the time, and so I went and spent a couple hundred gil, which is like almost nothing, to buy a pile of grapes. And I will be eating those grapes roughly twice an hour for the foreseeable future. Let me talk to the Chocobo Keep before I head down there. Man, this was the place that I remember being like, oh man, I can't believe they added Flight to Realm Reborn. It makes it so much better, because like having to take the stairs to get out of here and like the weird spiral. It's a whole process. Hey there, Ny'ardbert. What's your deal? I'm Ny'ardbert. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it? Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. Wait, I thought we're just here to talk. Why didn't you just talk to you? Okay, whatever. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. Seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. More likely than not. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Thank you. Let us get right to it, then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Not Adama Lama. Sorry. The Church of Saint Adama Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. Poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before Mongols catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You'll find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in the area. Alright. Let's keep track of how many times we need to go in and out of this town. This is number 1. remember being super disoriented coming out of that town, because like if you actually try to follow the quest marker, it's just a wall. Oh, gross. I guess I knew what to expect. But... Oh, hi! You want the corpses? Can carry all three of these simultaneously? Man, Ny'ardbert is strong. It has a very large backpack. Maybe bags of holding are just standard issue for adventurers here. Back down into the hole. Hi, Ny'ardbert. It is good to see you returned. We were able to secure the remains of our fallen. Yes. Poor soul appears to have been ravaged by an emulsion before sitting to rot for several turns of the sun. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day. Thank you. Now then, what of the emulsion? Do you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were emulsion remaining, after all. I feared as much. Their part in the Lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional emulsion raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this, but whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if there were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in this vanishings? I don't think I've ever seen implicit used in that way. I don't think it's wrong, but huh. This quest is called What Poor People Think. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? Maybe among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. God forbid it be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Alright, Ungust, let's talk. So did I team this? I did not. Wow, good thing I checked. Yo, you Ungust. Here, I have a note for you. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What the seven hells do you want with me now? Alright, well, Ungust, we're investigating a kidnapping? It wasn't you, was it? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Ny'ardbert. Folks around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Blade them all for fools and coax some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before, or with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. I don't know if I understand how those are connected, but I guess we'll see. Maybe I just did not parse the words I was saying. What is going on? Why is there just a Dragon Ball card doing donuts on that poor bloody person? Please, sir, just leave me be. We got grapes. No? Okay. Not a grape fan. I have nothing to say but this. They'll take who or whatever's been feeding off us lofo. Okay, bye. What? What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Jesus. Okay, cool, cool. Alright, Ungust. You said part of this is your fault? I've seen that one. Cute name. Alright, Ungust. Spill it. Just as I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk being abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. That really sounds like you're covering for something, but alright. Maybe I'm just thinking that because he's an asshole, and I assume that the assholes are bad guys. Always. Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then their clergy may know of something to use. I don't think they'd tell us. That seems deeply personal, but I mean... If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found in the northwest of here. And so long as you're headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you meant to see it done. Seek out a man named... Mark? Mark. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Alright. Exiting town second time. I think they might have trimmed down this quest line, which is nice. Because I remember being, like, in and out of there so many times. Oh, that's rough. Ever as man sought to better his life, all too often at the expense of his brother. That desire and hope can beget suffering and death is a regrettable yet undeniable truth. I am not qualified to assist with the rites. I offer what assistance I can to the priests. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just getting in the way, though. Hey, yo, Mark! I am Mark, yes. A body. Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Alright, in you go, bud. A dead body, ready for interment. I was kidding! Oh my god! Alright. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we should be trusting Ny'ardbert with corpses. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Arkin can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Yeah, pardon me. You will find Sister Arkin within the church walls. Mark, you got something on your mind? It's all wrong. I should have. Pretty suspicious there, Mark. You got plot energy. So many tragedies have befallen us in recent years. The calamity, the primals. Alas, it is only within our power to shepherd the souls of the fallen and pray that they find peace in Thal's realm. I hear you've done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude, and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Mark would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to defend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep indeed. He seems now to prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the Church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Mark, and soon. Thancred? Why are you bullying this poor man? Alright, there, we said that. Mark, was Thancred being mean to you? No, you don't have additional dialogue. Okay. Like, it's probably like Marquez or something, or Marquise, or Marquet, or something, but it could be so many that the only part I'm sure about is Mark, so that's what I'm sticking with. Alright. Once more into the town. Thank you, Ny'ardbert. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Oh, it is autoplaying. When did that turn on? Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Ny'ardbert? Oh, that was Thancred, not this dude. Okay. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons, and why. I too spoke with Ungus, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Urkin herself? I'm sorry, are you implying that she's kidnapping people, or are you just trying to get her to tell you stuff? Urkin? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper, Mark. I'd swear to the 12 I'd seen that face somewhere before. Where'd Thancred go? Thancred? You were just in that cutscene. Thancred? I guess he's gone. For the children. Sister Urkin. It cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she, could it? I grow wary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Ny'ardbert, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Urkin's activities. How am I supposed to know who it is? Okay, up we go. Number 3. I like that even the quest doesn't really know who I'm supposed to be going to talk to. It's the uncombed urchin. did that look like when it was all in one piece? I wonder if Thancred's onto something and just bad at explaining himself, or if this is just like absolutely wild conjecture and he's just being an asshole. Hello there. I have now been here and can take the chocobos. Ah, that one, clearly, the uncombed urchin, is the one that Urkin takes a liking to, and I have no way of telling this. Please help! Sister Urkin went out all on her own and hasn't come back! She always reads to me right here, about Thal and the Order, and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please, find her! Did you? This uncombed urchin does not have a name, and has sent this character in search of, quote, a shiny thing. Or rather, their shiny thing. There's a particular shiny thing that they have lost, but they can describe it in no way other than shiny. Capital quest. Oh, wow, fight! I don't know what I expected. Zombies? Zombies was not it. Man. Urkin, you alright? You're one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I'll see it safely back to him. Was that enough of an investigation? Okay, cool. Back we go. Couldn't be her, guys. She got attacked by a zombie. Wow, I'm actually so far above the level curve that the hostile creatures don't aggro on me unless I'm like right on top of them. Normally I would switch to another class so as not to waste experience, but I do really want to get a class to level 30. I realize I could have just taken that ramp down and it would not be any slower than just doing the jump I'm about to do. But I'm getting used to jumping and it's fun. Hello, Ny'ardbert. Sister Urkin was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend, I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans. And risk your own well-being in the doing, no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. So we're just leaping to conclusions that she is bad, and then also leaping away from those conclusions when the slightest thing shows up. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Urkin. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now, on to the matter at hand. What the heck was that? Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. Okay. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. And me too. Alright, number 4. back up the ramp. And then around the edge again. I feel like they made this place obnoxious to go around just because they know they're giving you the chocobo soon, and they're like, man, walking sucks, right? How much better would it be if you had a mount that could go, like, twice as fast? That'd be half as bad, right? Quite the hike. Hey, Ny'ardbert. Come to levy wild accusations again? Ah, there you are, Ny'ardbert. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about Sister Erkin. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor rose were misplaced. But, false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Erkin near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Ny'ardbert. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Is this hazing? This is definitely hazing. Yep, okay. Well, in I go. Hello, assorted Amalja. Just gonna saunter on by. Don't mind me. Just a cat boy. Going for a walk. Just hanging out. Doing catboy stuff. Searching for clues. No? There. Oh, is that a thing? Queer leaflet. I think they call those zines. Alright, I found paper. I didn't read it, but like, that's probably a clue, right? Hey, Thancred, I know you're the stealth one, but like, miraculously none of them attacked me. Here's your paper. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? A strange slip of parchment found at the Amalja encampment in eastern Thanalan. This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. Looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though. Atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Naldthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray, take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Erkin makes of it. I now trust this woman with my life. I adjusted the sound balance, so I'm hopeful that my voice will not be quite as disproportionately loud in the recording. I think that I did the right editing so that it's not as noticeably dramatic in the version that you're actually going to see. But when I watched it, it was. Well, there's just another dead guy, like just out and about. Hi, Lampertaint. So I'm not looking for you. Where's Erkin? There you are. Hey, Thancred. Now, let us see what Sister Erkin makes of this leaflet. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? I found this zine. Seems to be mostly about Avengers fanfic. What is this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? I bet it's Ungol or whatever his name was. Huh. I don't know if they only have like 2 child models or if it's meant to be a callback, but there's a kid in a cutscene like 3 expansions from now that is a dead ringer for that one. And it cannot possibly be the same kid, and so I'm kind of curious what in the world that's about. The plot thickens, Ny'ardbert. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Ny'ardbert what we have learned here. Alright. Yo, Ny'ardbert. Got a dude who dresses up in robes. And that's a problem. Because they're not the priests. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Ny'ardbert. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Alright, cool. Dress to deceive. Ny'ardbert wants to help you identify and apprehend a false priest. Do we get to play dress up? I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Ny'ardbert and me serve with like by posing as impoverished souls in needs of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers that we seek. It'll be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in a battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, as long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Ny'ardbert. So as to lay the foundation for our deploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Ny'ardbert has lent us and beg to work around camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. This isn't a bad plan. But just juxtaposing with, like, you should just run in there, Ny'ardbert, don't worry about it, we'll be fine. And knowing how smart Thancred can be in other times, very much just feels like he's messing with us. Weathered shepherd's tunic. Weathered shepherd slopes. Look at that. A cutting edge of fashion. I'm giving Shrek vibes. Hello. I've reached the teachings of Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azema is the keeper of the sun, goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. I think I got it in one. The calamity was... Sorry. The calamity was man's doing. 'Twas our sins that brought the judgment and wrath of Azema. Repent, and thou shalt be showered in the warden's light. Hello, Ermagerd. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever said half of these names aloud. Greetings, good sir. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, Don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Maybe you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. That is useful information, thank you. No? Maybe in the other drawer? Is it above me? Is that what's up? I bet it is. How do I get up there? I'm counting this as 5, because I have to get up there. In the midst of this quest. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? That's where we are. This is Camp Drybone. Okay, whatever. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Hello. Oh, this person stands for it now. I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. That person was almost polite about it. That's a cute look, the 2B dress and a beret. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Ny'ardbert. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. Though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the ponds north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting hapless souls. Let us go there, and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Okay, so you're going to have to keep those clothes on, Ny'ardbert. Just a little bit longer. Just keep dressed up like a homeless person, and I'll tell you when to stop. This definitely isn't hazing. We're recounting this mission to Y'shtola later, and she's just like, oh, that asshole. Ny'ardbert also put on his design? His disguise? Looks like he might have. I retract my statements if so. If he's committed to the bit, then I will not give a shit about it. Alright, he's committed to the bit. That is so unflattering of both of us. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? The rain, is that what makes it so good? You look absolutely smashing, Ny'ardbert. Positively dressed for deception. That's the name of the quest. All that's left, then, is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I'm a priest of the Order of Ny'ardbert, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Ny'ard. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance! would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. There you are. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. I don't believe you. Is that so? Do continue. But very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as the sandstorm, and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand. The only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. You absolutely did. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames if you did not. I suspect you are not even telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! It's good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja paid me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone from the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves, or the gods. Hi. Oh, not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flame's patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth, but no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Oh. Ny'ardbert, be a good man and take word of these developments to Nymphilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Alright, all the way back to the Waking Sands. But I do think I have a shortcut for this, right? Gotta give me tickets. Oh man, that is so much more convenient. It used to be that you had to teleport to Limpsa and then take a boat to get to Vesper Bay as quick as possible. Wow. Ny'ardbert, how goes it? All's well here, at least on the bookkeeping front anyway. Good to hear. Here we go. I could probably take off this ridiculous disguise now. Oh, also I never talked to the people over on the left. I should do that while I'm here. Oh, Shnola, hi. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. I think I already read that one. Yes, I did. Okay. Hey, Brent. Don't mind me, lad. I'm just here to deliver a shipment. Now, where shall I tell them to put it? Wait a minute. Aren't you the guy I saw in the... Yeah, hey! We were in the starting cart. Or at least someone looked like he was. This place is called the Waking Sands, and it's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened, and we ended up here instead. I think I already... Okay, so those didn't change. Did I talk to these guys? No, they didn't. They said that those of us who have seen the dream are chosen, that we have within us the seeds of greatness, that we could be heroes. Even me, an Alamegan half-breed, cast out when his mother could no longer stand the sight of him. A half-breed once took to banditry just to eat. Aye, I'm sure I'm just brimming with heroic potential. You got a far way to go, Arnwald. The robberies and disappearances? The Amalja are the most likely culprit, wouldn't you agree? Then again, this is Thanalan. One cannot discount the possibility that moneyed interests are involved. So this boy has Garlean blood in him. Can't say I'm surprised. Everyone knows what happens when a city is sacked, even if the bards choose to omit that part. But Ironvault shouldn't be pitied. Boys like him have a clean slate, an opportunity to write their own story, free of the ties that bind the common man. I like this guy's design, though. He's like edgy Solid Snake version of ourselves. Alright, we got Pigtails Blacksmith, Green Chainmail dude who's just angrily lecturing the air. What's your deal? Why don't any of these blokes know who I am? I swear I was one of them Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Only we didn't have such a fancy name back then, and headquarters was in a far more convenient location. At least, I think it was? Or is my mind playing tricks on me? God, so what's wrong with me? Why can't I remember it more clearly? So, I'm not 100% certain on this, but I believe that this is a bit that is based on the fact that she was like a member of the Scions in 1.0. And so the plot basically reset around her, but she's like, no, I was in this already. Alright, to the Solar we go. Infilia! We have like a lead-ish. Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. You see, you have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Alright, cool. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix, and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Right, so our buff is worn off, so time to eat more grapes. Hell yeah. It's fine. The extra 3% only applies to combat experience, so it's not like I lost stuff out on that quest. Okay, Central Thanalan. I think that's over by Blackburst Station. Yeah, alright. Go meet Mutamix Bubblypots. A great name for a scientist, truly. Oh, is it right here? Oh, no, it's not here. This is a different place, I think. Yes, I made the wrong turn. The Lost Hope is like the worst thing you could name a place where people live. Like, even if you're having a real bad time, like, call it like, at least last hope or something, right? Hello, Amalja Impaler. You know if, like, your guys were kidnapping people? Because we're trying to do an investigation. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I probably wouldn't talk to you about it either. Alright. Oh, and Swine Bros is here. What is your deal, Swine Bros? Yes, okay, that's the thing about material extraction. I'll accept this. And then turn it in to unlock it. Basically, the vibes are, as you are using your weapons, they gather energy, and you can pull that out in a crystal. You can also put crystals on things to make them stronger. Pshka. Who is Uplander come to tentering of Mutamix bubbly bots? Hi, I found a dagger from Philia. This plain dagger has absolutely no defining characteristics, except that the hilt does smell quite nice. Alright then. Fighty Tool drinks in airy self. When full of airy self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. If Materia joins with other Fighty Tool, then Big Eyes, Fighty Tool gains power of airy self. Pshka. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of Materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix, yes? Shka, Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good teachy show of power of Materia. The Materia Master. Now, eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes? Shka. Materia, join with Fighty Tool. Fighty Tool gains power of Materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander take Fighty Tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It's created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing it. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from someone else who would have struggled to cut a steak into a weapon worth wielding. Pshka. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants Braincase to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. Everyone following that? Okay, cool. I might come back here at some point, but probably not. Anyway, back to the Waking Sands. Oh, this is so convenient. I'm probably gonna say that every time, just because it is such an upgrade. Howdy. Oh! I can take that quest now. I think I'll do that in a moment. Nedrick over there is the keeper of optional dungeons. Most of them don't have, like, huge amounts of plot, but they do all give pretty good experience. And occasionally there are some that have some crazy plot. Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Materia enhanced dagger. A once ordinary dagger, now made special with the wonders of materia. Cool, thank you. That tells me everything. What a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Ny'ardbert, so make it your ally. Now, it is time to discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. Whoa, that escalated. Lord of the Inferno. Cool. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Ny'ardbert. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to, quote, save some for him. Such is his confidence in you. A confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Are you the person I'm supposed to talk to now? No. Okay. Hi. Hello, Flame Sergeant. Why does the guy out front have a name, but you don't? Ah, you're Ny'ardbert of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on your mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. Come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Ny'ardbert. Let's make sure it does. Sir? How does one find the city if it's invisible? Oh, that's just the name of the roads. Okay, I'll go. Sorry. Stupid God, that was obvious. Oh, also, 7. Why do I have a hunch that by the name of this mission, this might not go smoothly? Maybe we're the Lord of the Inferno. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. To disregard the demon on the cover. This is full of zombies. Hope that's not going to be relevant. Proceed. Oh, I actually get level sync down for this. Come on, August, be brave. Help your fellow man. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. Make our move as soon as the emulsion appear. Yes, sir. I am surprisingly well coordinated color-wise. Out we go. Wah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Oh, there are more of them. Oh, a lot more of them. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal Flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Can I just kill him? Like, I've got an axe. Oh, nope. Away he goes. And it's a shame that Boosty got to get away before he rolled initiative. Oh my, hi, you're big. Okay. Reducing the problem Alright, cool. Just the chief. Yeah. Still hee-hee-heeing? Where did I got way back there. Alright. Away! Oh, there's a lot of these guys. It's like, it's not like they're just like, oh man, they're doing this today. A lot of these guys are dying. Back to the leader. Put up your weapon, or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you! Oh. The guests sleep. Man. I always forget that's a real spell. Bring him. The rest of you, march! Traitorous scum. Okay. Hello, Amalja warrior.
Rejoice, heathens, for your worthless lives shall soon have meaning.
That is probably the most worrying thing you could have said. Impressive. Do they, like, teach foreboding threats? That's awesome. Anyway, hey. The lizards claim they will soon bring us before Ifrit for tempering. All of us are as good as dead. To enter the Bowl of Embers, you must have made sufficient progress in the quest Lord of the Inferno. The lizard men marched us to their stronghold. They're preparing for something, and I, for one, do not want to be around when they finish. They're going to kill us, aren't they? Gods, I don't want to die. I want to go home. Are these people alive? They are. Okay, that's better than I expected. What's your deal, Private? Listen well. These waters feed into the marshes of Drybone. A short swim will see us to freedom. However, if all of us attempt to flee, we are like to be discovered. You alone must sneak out and assemble a rescue party. Once you have won free, seek out our comrade stationed at Drybone. He will show you the way back here. May the 12 speed your way. Okay. That is the way that they establish why we have a party for the upcoming duty. I fear... Sorry. I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. There we go. Alright. So then Ny'ardbert swims out, grabs 3 other random adventurers, and is like, we need to go, like, right now! And in we go. Oh, you can do it with a party of NPCs? Oh, you couldn't before! Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm absolutely bringing these guys then. Okay. I got to bring some Scions. That makes sense, because Scions would have, the Echo, so this next cutscene makes sense.
Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own.
Oh, bloody hells.
Bring those two as well.
That sucks, Angus. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed.
None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit.
No, spare me, I beg you. I've only done awful things.
Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn.
Oh, mighty Ifrit, my one true God. Your words are my bread.
Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless's blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered.
Alright, here we go. Ny'ardbert, let's fight our first god. Watch out! Hey, bud.
Flame shall consume thy flesh and soul.
Oh boy, ow.
Succumb to the Inferno.
Don't stand on that. Oh, ow. I didn't notice he had like an animation when he set that off. I thought it just sort of exploded after his turn. Going well so far. Alright, there we go. Oh, okay. Quick thing.
Burn for eternity.
He's not facing. Fire breath is gonna hurt everybody. Uh-oh. That was real close. He's got this. Print this maybe?
Blessing light defies me.
Oh, hey, MacGuffin. Oh, a floating MacGuffin. Two down, four to go? Maybe? I know where two of them are offhand. I don't know where the other two are. Brave, forgive my lateness. God damn it, Egbert. Although I guess it would probably be for the best. I don't know if you can resist tempering. I was delayed by a congregation of Malta zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Cool. Here. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect for the Flame General's handpicked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Ny'ardbert. I know this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. It would have been a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say?
This way, sir.
So, that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dahn interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We're wasting enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that. Beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Did it, guys. Yeah. That is a lot of debt. Ah, there you are, Ny'ardbert. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Emulge will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use. To you, or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, once a man is tempered. Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Ny'ardbert. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Ophelia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax, and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Alright. I'm gonna take a brief break here to let my voice rest. Because there were so many gravelly voices in a row, and now my throat hurts. So I'll be back in a bit.